Hi students, in last session we discussed about Mendel, Gregor Johann Mendel. Gregor Johann Mendel. He conducted several experiments on variations. 7 years he conducted experiments on this, and finally he gave successfully his research work paper. Experimentally he proved several aspects regarding to variation. So, for his experiments, he selected pea plant. Why he selected pea plant only? Because of the several important and different characteristic features of pea plant attracted Mendel towards to this. So, what are those important features? It is a easily self-pollinated plant, and we are able to cross-pollinate also. Annual plant it is having bisexual flowers. Different contrast characteristic features are present in a pea plant. So, Mendel selected this pea plant for his work. So, he hypothesized one important aspect. What it is? Each and every trait also, for each and every trait, two factors are responsible. To exhibit one trait. So, he hypothesized this one, but hypothesized means guess. So, first he guessed. So, one trait or exhibited by two important factors like that. But to prove that one, he conducted several experiments in his monastery. So, it is not one day work, so many experiments, so many plants and so many fertilizations he observed, and after that only he concluded variations also transmit from one generation to another generation, and for every trait two factors are responsible, and the two factors are come from the two parents, male and female parents. Like that he concluded. Now, let us see what kind of experiments he done in his monastery. How many experiments are those? How many plants he used for his experiments? And how many fertilizations he observed? That one now let us see on screen. So, see here children, examples of experiments performed by Mendel. So, different experiments he performed. For that he used different plants, means so many plants and so many fertilizations he observed. After that only he concluded. So, how many experiments here I mentioned? These only not the experiments, so many he conducted. Few of them here we are discussing regarding to this experiment. So, the following section shows number of experiments performed, number of fertilizations carried out, and the number of plants involved in the study. So many plants are involved. Already in the starting only I mentioned 10,000 plants he used for his experiments. All are pea plants. In that how many varieties he used? 34 varieties of pea plants he used, and 10,000 plants he used for his experiment. In the first experiment, Mendel observed 60 fertilizations. He observed 60 fertilization on how many plants? 15 plants. On 15 plants, he observed 60 fertilizations. Next, in the second experiment, 58 fertilizations he observed on 10 plants. So, on 10 plants, he observed 58 fertilizations. Next, in the third experiment, see how many experiments he conducted, how many fertilizations he observed. After this much analysis only he concluded. So, variations are transmits like that. So, in the third experiment, 35 fertilizations on 10 plants. Next, in the fourth experiment, he observed 40 fertilizations on again 10 plants. So, fifth experiment he conducted on 5 plants. 23 fertilizations he observed in these 5 plants. Next, in the sixth experiment, 34 fertilizations on 10 plants he conducted, and last and finally the 7th experiment, 37 fertilizations Mendel carried on 10 plants. So like this, different kinds of ways Mendel conducted experiments on several generations on selected characters. So he selected few of the characters. On those characters he conducted experiments on pea plants and he observed several generations. So several generations, after his observation of several generations only, he concluded and he submitted his experimental data on research paper in a successful manner. So that is regarding to the experiments what it is performed by Mendel. So next let us see about Mendel 3 laws. Okay, he conducted several experiments. For what sake? What he want to prove? What finally he proved? That we want to know. So introduction of the Gregor Mendel already we discussed, but before the Mendel laws once again see regarding to Mendel. Gregor Mendel conducted hybridization experiments on garden peas for 7 years. 7 years he conducted the experiments and proposed the so-called Mendel laws on inheritance in living organisms. Inheritance, transfer of features from one generation to another generation is considered as inheritance. Heredity means transfer of features from parent to offspring. So inheritance means these traits not only transfer to one generation only, it will transfer from one generation to another generation, like that Gregor Mendel proved through pea plants. So next see the 3 Mendel laws. After that, through monohybrid cross, let us know about all 3 laws one by one. So here see the definition of first law set by Mendel. The law of dominance, that is the first law, law of dominance. The law of dominance states the expression of only one of the forms of parental trait in the F1 hybrid. If we observe the F1 generation, in the 2 factors of progeny, only one factor able to exhibit itself, that allele or that factor dominant the another one. So this is called it as law of dominance. F1 generation always display only one of the parent trait. So any one parent trait it exhibit, which one that exhibit, which one is more dominant than the second one, that will exhibit itself. Which one exhibit itself, that one only we considered as dominant allele or dominant factor. So that is the first law of Mendel, law of dominance. The second one, law of segregation. Law of segregation. The law of segregation states that for any trait, each pair of alleles of a gene split and one gene passes from each parent to offspring. So for one trait, 2 factors are responsible. From each parent onwards, one factor enters into the progeny by the combination of one factor from male and one factor from female combines together and it forms as a complete character in the progeny. So like that, the splits, 2 factors splits from the male and 2 factors splits in the female, only one it enters into the progeny. So that it is called it as law of segregation. Law of segregation. Through example, once again these 3 laws we will discuss later. So see the third one, law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment. The law of independent assortment states that completely different pairs of alleles for every factor, for every trait 2 factors are responsible. Like that only one trait is present in the organism? No, not at all. So many characters are present. So many traits are present. For each and every trait also 2 alleles are responsible. Am I right? So, the passed on to the offspring independently of each other. The factor which is responsible for one trait won't come and merge with another trait factor. For one trait, two factors are responsible. Those two will indicate that particular trait or character only. It won't come and merge with another character. It won't shows dominance on another character. So such a kind of thing we call it as law of independent assortment. When we will see with the example, then you can understand in a better manner this last one, law of independent assortment. So these are the three Mendel laws. First one is law of dominance, and second one is law of segregation, and the third one is law of independent assortment. So like that, Mendel stated three important laws regarding to inheritance. So traits are transferred, variations are passed from one generation to another generation, like that he said. Now to prove that one, Mendel started an experiment. What is that experiment and which character he selected to prove that one? See here. So here Mendel selected pea plant. Already I said, in that pea plant he selected one important character. What is that character? That is color of seed. What is that? Color of seed. He selected that character. So first of all, he selected two pure breeds. What is meant by pure breed? What is meant by pure breed? For one character, two alleles are responsible, or two factors are responsible, that the two factors should be similar. So which is having two similar factors to exhibit one character, those breeds are called it as pure breeds. Such a kind of two breeds Mendel selected. One is purely yellow seed and second one is pure green seeds. That means the yellow seed came from similar alleles and green seed also came from similar alleles. So by the cross pollination of those two, he cross pollinated that two seeds giving plants. Those two are act like two parents, male parent and female parent. He cross pollinated those two. Then F1 generation formed. Filial generation means progeny. First progeny formation means first generation. So see that two seeds, numerous group of yellow seeds they are showing. Those are F1 generation. F1 generation. All are looking similar. Which color those seeds are? Yellow color. So see in the upper side, two parents, one is totally green, but you can't see that green color in the F1 generation. Only you are observed yellow color. That indicates green color is dominated by yellow. Green allele is dominated by yellow allele. That's why F1 generation is having totally 100% yellow color seeds. So this one indicates one allele dominates another allele in the F1 generation. So which one expressed itself, that one only here we are seeing, that is yellow color. Now he selected such a kind of F1 generation plants. So many seeds came now in F1 generation. From that he selected again two plants. He self-pollinated those two plants. When he self-pollinated those two plants, 75% of yellow seeds are formed and 25% of green seeds giving plants are formed. In a similar way, he continued his experiments to the third filial generation also. At that time, a set of plants produced only yellow seed giving plants. And in the another set of plants, 75% they formed yellow seed producing plants, but 25% are green color seed producing plants. and remaining third set of plants are completely produced pure green color seed giving plants. So, here he conducted experiments on 3 generations and he observed 3 generations and finally he concluded monohybrid cross. So, through this he explained monohybrid cross. What is monohybrid cross? Through monohybrid cross, which laws Mendel proven? Now, let us see. Monohybrid cross is a cross between 2 individuals differing in one character pair. So, 2 individuals here means one yellow and one green, 2 individuals differing in one character pair. Yellow character is 2 different and green is 2 different. Both indicates color of the seed only, but the alleles which are present in these 2, those are totally different. Now, once let us see on a board. So, here 2 parents, yellow is a character and green indicates the color of seed. So, what is the character here? Color of the seed is the character. Color of seed is the character. So, this is one parent and this is another parent. These 2 are pure breeds. Pure breeds. To exhibit this yellow color, 2 alleles are important. To exhibit green color, 2 alleles are important. Those 2 are similar. So, here I am showing with letters. See, here yellow color I indicated with capital Y and green color here I indicated with small letter y. Okay. See, these 2 alleles are similar. These 2 alleles are also similar. That means what, children? These 2 are homozygous. 2 are similar. 2 are similar. This is also homozygous and this is also homozygous. Now, the Mendel cross-pollinated these ones. So, one parent onwards only one allele come and fuse with another parent's one allele. So, this may provide this one, this allele. So, it will mix with this one. What it will forms? So, capital Y and small y. And again this one may fuse with this one also. Again what it will forms? Now, select another allele. This one may fuse with this one. What it will forms? And again it may fuse with this one also. What it will forms? So, see, the F1 generation it is, all are similar. But what kind of feature these are showing? These are yellow. Or these are homozygous? No, not at all. You are seeing all are heterozygous. This one is dominated by this one. That's why all F1 generation plants produce yellow color seeds only. Right. So, here green is absent. No, green character giving trait are also present. But this is not expressing itself because this is dominated by this one. So, this is the first law of Mendel, children, law of dominance. So, in a 2 alleles only one is dominant with the other. So, that is why in the heterozygous which one will dominate, that express itself, that is called law of dominant. And here if you observe, from one parent onwards only one allele is come and joined with another parent's one allele and progeny are forming. Here these 2 alleles are separating. One from one parent, one from another parent. These 2 are combining and they formed progeny. So, this is called law of segregation. Now, again he selected 2 plants from F1 generation. See, F1 generation, one plant, F1 generation, another plant. Any two plants you may take. Any two plants you may take. Okay, and form a checkerboard. Okay. So this is one parent, one allele, this is one parent, one allele, and this is second allele of one parent, and this is the second allele of another parent. So when you self-pollinate these two, then what it forms? This one combines with this allele and forms. This one combines with this one and forms. This one combines with this one and forms. And these two are combined together and they form. Like this, different way progeny forms in the F2 generation. Now by seeing these letters, identify what kind of seed producing plant it is. Yellow. What kind of seed producing plant it is? Again yellow. What kind of seed producing plant it is? Yellow. What kind of seed producing plant it is? Green. So externally if you look this one, 3 plants will produce yellow seeds. 1 plant will produce green seeds. Externally if you look at the plant, 3 plants are yellow seed producing plants and 1 plant is green seed producing plant. So these are in 3:1 ratio. 3 yellows, only 1 green. What it is? External look. When you observe the plant externally, it will produce yellow seeds. This one also yellow seeds. This one also yellow seeds. But this is green. So 3 are yellow seeds producing and 3% is yellow producing plant and only 1 is green. So totally if you feel it is 100%, in that 100%, 75% are yellow seed producing plants, only 25% it is green seed producing plant. If you divide 100 into 4 halves, 25, 25, 25, 75% that is yellow seed producing plant. Only 1 here we observed a green, that means 25% it is green seed producing plants. What it is? Externally, if you observe the external feature. So what you are observed visibly, that feature is called phenotype. Phenotype. What you observed externally, for external look yellow, for external look yellow, but these two are looking similar? No, not at all. LL wise if you observe, these two are different. But externally if you observe, these two are also gives yellow color seed producing plants only. So what you observed externally, that is phenotype, and what it is present internally, the genetic characteristic feature. This is a homozygous yellow, but this is heterozygous. One indicates green, one indicates yellow. Both are not same, but it exhibits yellow character only. Why? Because yellow is dominant. So by seeing the genetical character wise, what you will observe the alleles, that is indicates genotype. Genotype. But what you observed externally, that it is phenotype. What it is genotype? These are homozygous dominants. How many are there? 1. Next see heterozygous dominant. How many are there? 2. Finally, homozygous recessive. How many are there? 1. So 1 homozygous dominant and 2 are heterozygous yellows and 1 is homozygous recessive. How you can know about this? By seeing externally plant, you can't identify what kind of alleles they are having. When you come under the analysis of genes, then only you are able to identify the genotype of the plant. So like this, Mendel proven in monohybrid cross law of dominance and law of segregation. Always he assumpted 3 main things. What it is? Assumption 1, for every trait to produce every character, 2 alleles are responsible or otherwise 2 factors are responsible. In the two factors, one come from male parent and another one come from female parent. This is the second assumption. Third assumption, in the two alleles, which one express itself, that is the dominant one always suppress the recessive character's nature. So, this is the law of dominance. When the progeny receives the alleles from two parents onwards by splitting, that it is called it as law of segregation. So, law of dominance and law of segregation, and this is Mendel's monohybrid cross. Let us once again see on screen also the same thing once again. So, here if you observe, two parents are having two parents. So, yellow and green, those are the two parents. Two parents also pure breeds because they are having homozygous alleles. So, when the two parents are offered the alleles towards to the progeny, then the first progeny is always having heterozygous dominant characteristic feature. That means 100% they are yellow color seeds, but they are heterozygous because another parent is having green color allele nature. So, that is why it is completely heterozygous. When you are self-pollinated, this F1 generation two plants, then three are formed yellow in nature. That means externally if you observe three are yellow and one is green. So, what you observed externally, that comes under phenotypic ratio. Here 3 are yellow, 1 is green. That is why the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. When you are observed the genotypic ratio, homozygous dominant is only 1, heterozygous is 2 and homozygous recessive is again 1. So, that is why genotypic ratio is 1:2, 2:1. So, this is Mendel monohybrid cross. Mendel monohybrid cross, his assumptions and his two laws, law of dominance and law of segregation. Here for you to understand in a better nature, I selected one more important character also. So, through this also again you will see the Mendel monohybrid cross in a clear cut manner. Here a tall plant and dwarf plant, this is the character, height is the character, and by the combination, by the cross pollination of two parents, the offspring progeny came in the way of heterozygous tall. What it is? Heterozygous tall. So, Mendel selected from that two plants, those means heterozygous tall plants he selected two and he self-pollinated. Selfing means he self-pollinated those two plants. And finally, what he got, see in the checkerboard, so that upper side is one plant, two factors capital T and small t, and vertical wise you are seeing another capital T and small t. This will indicate the second parent two alleles. By crossing of capital T with capital T, again homozygous tall will produce, and by the combination of capital T and small t, heterozygous tall will produce, and by the combination of capital T and small t, again heterozygous tall will produce, and by the combination of two small t's, means short plants, dwarf plants, again we will get a homozygous dwarf. So, here externally if you observe, three are tall because capital T means tallness always dominates the dwarfness. So, that is why three plants are tall and one plant for external look wise it is very dwarf. So, phenotypic ratio is 3:1. If you observe the genetical order alleles, so one is homozygous tall, always first we will give preference to the dominant character only, that too homozygous character because two are dominants here, that is why first it will come. Next heterozygous, but it is also tall. How many are there? Two plants. Next come towards to two plants. Next last and finally homozygous dwarf is one plant. Percentage wise if you observe, phenotypic ratio 75% are tall plants, 25% dwarf. Genotypically if you observe percent wise, 25% homozygous tall and 50% heterozygous tall and 25% homozygous tall. So, like that children, we observed two different ratios in the monohybrid cross. Which one we look externally that it indicates phenotypic ratio, what it is present genetically that it is genotypic ratio. So, this is Mendel monohybrid cross and the two laws, law of dominance and law of segregation. So, this is Mendel monohybrid cross, and again he selected two characters also to prove independent assortment. So, for that also he selected two more characters. So, that one we will continue in our next session. So, in this session this is very clear, Mendel monohybrid cross and two laws, law of dominance and law of segregation.